Well, hello everyone. This is Richard Kadish, owner and broker in charge of Go Gated Realty, Hilton Head Island and Bluffton, South Carolina. And today is June 11th, 2017. And we're in Bluffton and Hampton Hall. We're here at number 17 Chadbourne Street. This is a brand new house that just closed to my clients this past week. I'm their buyer's agent. And they just closed and are nice enough to let me walk through and show you their new home, and gives us an opportunity also to talk about different things relating to new homes and the different opportunities that could be available to you. Gives us a chance to talk about buyer's agency and what that might mean for you, and about this particular community, Hampton Hall. And before we walk through, we'll just take a walk around, look around, if you will, on video of Chadbourne Street, one of the many beautiful streets here in Hampton Hall, which is an upscale gated community with really outstanding recreational amenities that include a huge clubhouse with dining room, and also a outdoor swimming pool with a zero entry deck. There's also one of the finest indoor heated swimming pools in the entire area. Tennis, both hard true tennis courts and hard courts. They have basketball, playground, really an outstanding fitness center, and optional private golf at the Pete Dye golf course. So you have all the benefits of living in a gated golf community, but without the cost, I guess you could say, or the obligation to pay for high-level private golf. It's completely optional. At the same time, this community is not for everyone. The annual fee here in 2017, $3,701.52. For many people, that's too much. For others, of course, it's a super bargain for you and possibly your family. This is a great place to both raise a family and to retire. Well, again, my name is Richard Kadish. It's Kadesh. And my company, Go Gated Realty, like gated communities. And of course, Hampton Hall is a gated community with a 24-hour manned security gate. And I'm the gated community specialist, ladies and gentlemen. And both Go Gated Realty and Gated Community Specialist are federally registered trademarks. Well, coming back here to number 17 Chadbourne, this home, 2,929 square feet. That's 2,929. It has 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, a home office, and a bonus room up there over the garage. And I tell you what, there's several. Let me tell you the story of this house very quickly. Is that this buyer originally thought that they would find a resale home. They just couldn't find what they wanted in a resale home. So we shopped, and we were looking in other communities as well. We shopped homes together. This is over a period of time. And they thought, well, they'd have to build completely from scratch. They actually put a payment on a lot in another community, thought they'd build from scratch. They kind of thought that over and decided that would be too much trouble because it was going to be a custom build. They canceled that contract. And we kept shopping, and finally they found this house, which was almost finished, new construction, a spec house, I guess you could say, from the builder, almost finished. It had everything they wanted, so they bought it. And it was then contingent, of course, on certain things being finished out to the specifications that we had to define. And they were able to still make some modifications, but the bottom line, the end story, if you will, is that they got everything they wanted. They're very happy, and they got a super price. I won't tell you exactly what they paid, but it was just a bit under $500,000 for this magnificent house. The general rule of thumb, by the way, is that when you're talking to a builder up front, that they won't negotiate very much. But if they built a spec house that hasn't sold, well, then they become more negotiable. I have to tell you that that's generally true, but not always true. And this is where I come in part as a buyer's agent, because I can always help you to get the best deal, and at the very least make sure that you're getting the best deal that you can possibly get almost certainly better than you can do on your own. But let's just talk about several types of new construction. Of course, you have production homes where you're in a developer's neighborhood. Every home is built by that builder. It's just a question of picking out A through Z model. Oftentimes with different elevations, you can individualize the home quite a bit to your own liking by choosing a different elevation, choosing the colors and so forth. This is pretty much the state of the art of building today for most people, for most buyers. The days of the pure custom home, which is a second choice, is pretty well gone. The custom home, of course, requires the greatest architectural cost and the greatest effort from you, the buyer, to start from scratch. That doesn't happen much. Then you have kind of a hybrid situation where you go and a builder will have a basket of plans, I guess you could say. And you'll say, gee, I'm looking for something in about this square footage. I'd like to have this or that feature, 3-car garage or golf cart garage, 1 level, 2 levels, what have you got? And then they'll show you. Now a hybrid builder, if you will, can work with you to change that plan as much as you want. They'll be happy to do it. So it essentially does become a custom home, but not necessarily starting from scratch and without all the different architectural fees. Many of these builders, as an example, have architects or designers on staff who work for them. Your pure production builder is going to make very few, if any, actual design changes that are not already set out in their brochure and on paper. So the 3 types of building, again, would be your production builder, who is going to make changes just for the options that they have. We just call them options, not really changes. And you'll be able to change your color and materials. And then you have the pure custom home, which is really not done much these days. Then you'll have a builder which is kind of a hybrid. You could call them a production custom builder, I suppose. Someone who will take one of their plans and modify it as much as you want. And so they have all these different options. Now, in this case, this is a model which this builder builds here in Hampton Hall. They build it over in a couple of other communities as well. And this is where I can help you, of course, compare communities. As a buyer's agent, I help you compare communities. I help you compare new to resale homes and compare builders. And I am a former licensed South Carolina builder, by the way. And so I love working with new homes with my buyers, as I did with these folks. And it just gives you a little bit of a sense, I guess, of confidence to have an agent working with you who does understand the new home process and is on your side. Well, let's just look at some of the features that attracted the buyer to this house. First off, we have a contemporary open floor plan. And so many of the homes that are being built these days are variations on this theme of having a dining room, a formal dining room, that's off to the side of the foyer. It actually becomes part of the foyer, I guess you could say, part of this great living room. And it's all open, living room, dining room, kitchen to one another. And in this case, we have a separate breakfast area because we have enough space to do that in this home, 29 square feet. That's a fairly large home. And at the back of the living room, when you walk in, you have a telescopic sliding door, which is so popular these days. Instead of just having a standard 5 or 6 foot wide sliding glass door where one panel is fixed and one panel moves, this is a telescopic sliding glass door. Each of these 2 panels to the right slides to the left. It completely opens up the back, which they will screen, by the way, this back porch. It completely opens it up, brings the outside in, and provides plenty of light. So popular and not inexpensive whatsoever. It's a very expensive option. Well, it was already in the price of this house. So the buyer said, hey, that's what I want. One of the other features that the buyer absolutely had to have was a double oven. They had to have this double oven configuration. They had to have the single piece, or rather the one level island like you have in this house. there were several features that they really wanted, and this house had it ready to go for them. Well, and they like wood floors. Everybody loves wood floors. This is the popular color that people are looking for today. This is the rough-hewn finish that is so popular. It's the kind of ribbed, hand-hewn, sometimes called rough-hewn finish. Many of the buyers ask about these discs out here on the floor. What is that? Well, that's your electrical outlet, ladies and gentlemen, because when you have a big open floor plan, you need to have be able to plug in your lamps at the end of your couch and chair and so forth into your outlet without running it across the floor and creating a hazard. So, a beautiful dining area. Now, a couple of things here. The buyer came along and they decided they wanted some crown molding, some additional crown molding. So that crown molding, which is in that recessed ceiling, was not originally part of the package. They were able to add that in within just a week of closing, believe it or not. I was very surprised that the builder could do that, but they did. Also, they added these double doors. Here's your home office over here to this side with the French doors, glass panels, looking good, double doors to your office. And they were able to add this at the last minute. Now, one of the reasons that this is a true office, although of course it can be a library, a music room, it can be just a TV room, is because there's no closet in here and there's no bathroom right here. There's nearby, of course, but this is one of the hallmarks of a true home office. And it's typically located near or at the foyer with doors very much like this. Those are some handsome doors. Those were added just in the last week before closing. Amazing. This crown molding here in the living room also added at the last minute. The builder was very cooperative and happy to oblige, and we were so happy about that. And over here then is our master bedroom, and the owner moved in for kind of camped out, if you will, on that air bed. That's not a body underneath that blanket. Those are pillows. And they've gone off to a wedding today, so they were nice enough to let me walk through. But they added the crown molding in this room as well. You know, the extra woodworking just adds a warmth and a richness to a house that, and then the ceiling fans. Ceiling fans are here, the 52-inch fans. They were part of the package originally, and the colors that you see were what were specified for the home. So the builder said, wow, that's great. That's great. They just like that. And it was just what they were looking for. So it saved them a lot of time to go through the building process, not to mention the fact that they were ready to go. When we started our shopping, they had a house to sell. And by the time we got to this one, they had sold that house and even closed on it. So it really made the whole process at the end here much better. Well, here's the master bath. And we've seen this time and time again. The dual vanities with the undermount porcelain basins, and beautiful brushed nickel hardware, big framed wall mirror, sconce lights, and separate tub and shower. Big soaking tub. The difference between a soaking tub and a jetted tub is, of course, the jets, which would be optional for many people. But many people like to have a deep tub for soaking. Of course, one of the other trends is to not have a tub in your master bathroom at all, just to have the big shower. Well, this does have both, and this shower is big with some beautiful tile work and a bench. I think this is a pretty great earth tone type colors that I think are very pleasing to almost everyone. Big walk-in closet is a staple of homes today. So we have the big walk-in closet here. And the water closet, the commode, is behind that door. The house has lever handles with the brushed metal handles. Looking very good. Of course, wood panel doors. Our linen closet is behind that door there, and there's good separation from the bedroom to the bathroom with the closet on the way. Big walk-in closet here. So we have 2 walk-in closets. And beautiful master bedroom at the right rear corner of the house with the recessed ceiling. Really looking good. Upstairs over the garage, we have a bonus room. Let's just take a quick look up there and talk about the different types of bonus rooms. Now, some people will tell you that the true bonus area available to a builder is over the center part of the house. And I would agree with that. The bonus rooms up over the garage tend to be a bit tighter to the roof. Oftentimes tend to be a bit warmer in the summer than we might like. Now, in this case, this is a true bonus area because once again, there's no closet, there's no bathroom up here. So oftentimes the options that you choose depend, of course, on your needs. In this case, this buyer didn't have a choice because this home was already just about finished, but still a great bonus area for exercise, game room, whatever. A second office, you know, many of my buyers have him and her who each need their separate offices or hobby spaces. So this is a very large extra space, and at the very least, it's heated and cooled storage. And because we don't have basements here, that also, storage area is also at a premium for many owners. Now, what's a little bit unusual about this bonus room, when you climb up to a second floor like this, I like to see a walk-in attic access. Now, this bonus room does not have that. It doesn't make it bad. You'll see that the attic access is from a drop-down stairway in the laundry area downstairs. And in the world of beautiful homes, I would say that a walk-in attic is preferable to a drop-down stairway, and a drop-down stairway is preferable to a hatch, where you have to pull your own ladder over and then climb up there. Well, here's our laundry on the way to the garage, and here is the drop-down stairway. And there's some additional floored storage up there, and of course some of your mechanicals are up there. Your air handlers are up there. I believe your water heaters are up there. There may be more than one, I don't remember. Take a quick look in the garage. A full 2-car garage, which is finished. And we do see that there is no water heater out here. So your water heater or heaters is in the attic. Some people are very surprised to learn that we do that here, but again, it's just because we don't have basements, and some people would rather have garage space than a water heater in the attic. So we can talk about those kinds of details when you call. But now the thing I like about this laundry room is that it does have the wash basin. In this case, a very good one, stainless steel with a deluxe faucet. We have a real wood cabinet here, so it's not an inexpensive little fiberglass attachment to the wall. The buyers provided their own washers and dryers, and we have a really good bank of cabinets over here. Over this, oftentimes homes comes with the cabinets as an option. That was included here and spec'd out. What is still to be delivered and installed are your handles or pulls. They're stainless, going to be brushed stainless steel for both the laundry here, the kitchen, and the bathrooms. They have yet to be installed. And one of the things that I have enjoyed about working with this builder is that he has been very attentive even after the closing to the various punch list items that must be done. This is the pantry here to the right, a good sized pantry. This kitchen has good counter space. These are some of the things that my buyers are looking for that turn them on, make them want to choose one plan over another. Good counter space. Granite in the kitchen was already spec'd. If you build, you'll choose your own. The backsplash already spec'd. In this case, it's the limestone style, kind of a paver style. There are so many kinds. The white cabinets were already spec'd with the crown molding and the staggered tops. Again, the hardware is coming. Very common in our new generation contemporary home to see the wood floors go right through the kitchen. And again, here's our one level island with a stainless steel sink. They're going to replace that faucet with a bigger, more impressive faucet. This house does not have the hanging pendant lamps, which is another option that many people choose, to have 2 or 3 pendants hanging down across the island. The owner bought their own refrigerator. Typically those are not included in a new home. So they bought that. And like I say, they've gone away for a couple of days and then they'll be back and continue moving in. Well, here's our second and third bedroom. Back bedroom on the back left side of the house with a trio of windows. Those are all vinyl clad windows, of course, with the interior flat mullions for easy care. Wood wrapped windows. They'll have to be getting their blinds to install. And the finish work in this house, by the way, is very nice. This is one of the things we look for. People ask me all the time, well, do they build a good home? Does so-and-so build a good home? Well, one of the criteria, other than just having square and plumb walls and well-finished concrete, is how's the finish work and the painting? And I have to tell you that this builder has done a really good job with their finish work, especially considering the price, because finish work, both finished carpentry and finished painting, is something that people generally pay up for when you build with one of the more expensive builders. Now, they probably will replace a lot of these ceiling lamps with more 52-inch fans, and that's easy to do because clearly it's wired up for that. They'll have an electrician do that, most likely. Here's our Jack and Jill bathroom. Once again, notice how the quality continues through these second and third bathrooms. The granite top with the undermount basin, same quality that we've seen in the master bathroom. Framed wall mirror is pretty much the trend these days. And over here, here's an issue that's worth thinking about. Notice how these doors from each bedroom, and there's our third bedroom over there, but doors from each of these bedrooms, they open up, get a little bit in the way. It is completely functional, but they get a little bit in the way for this tub and commode room here, the water closet. Beautiful workmanship here. Very practical high horizontal window. I recommend that to you, ladies and gentlemen, to bring in natural light, but still allowing privacy in your bathroom. And the point that I'm making here is that oftentimes it's better, if possible, to go with pocket doors in this situation. So a pocket door to the bathroom on this side, a pocket door over here. This was not spec'd out and too late to change when it's done, but that would have been an architectural improvement there. And of course, some people are really liking the new barn doors that could also work in that situation. You wouldn't generally see it opening up to a bathroom, but the barn doors are, and really a good sized closet here in this third bedroom. But the barn doors are oftentimes used for opening up either to the master bedroom or to an office. And it's really like an exterior pocket door. It hangs on a track and moves back and forth like a pocket door, but instead of being inside the door, it's on the outside of the wall. Rather than being in the wall, it's on the outside of the wall is what I'm trying to say. So good quality throughout this house. Good floor plan, very mainstream, if you will, the kind of floor plan that many of my buyers are looking for and that this builder was building out. And it was ready, just kind of like meant to be for these buyers, I think. Well, here's the powder room, sometimes called the half bathroom because it does not have a tub or shower. We have the pedestal sink. And the wood floor comes right on inside. You may have noticed we also have high baseboard throughout this house. Very popular choice, kind of gives it a, well again, all the woodworking gives it a rich look. Let's take a quick look out back. We'll finish up, and I'll give you my contact information. Here's where they'll start their days, take their meals. Beautiful window cluster there, and then a door that brings them out onto the porch. Now they're going to screen this porch. One of the benefits to having a design that has an integral covered porch, as this one does, is that when you screen it, it's done so easily. You just run screen right across there, and one quick turn on the corner on each end, and you're done, saving money, and you still have such a large covered porch here. However, the owner is saying that they might like to extend their porch on out to where the concrete goes. I'll stay tuned for that. That's entirely up to them. But what I really like too is that you have a secondary patio. And so what I recommend to my buyers, you should have a screen porch, and you also want to have some additional concrete, an additional patio out back here for when you don't want to be inside the screen porch. Like today, you might want to be out in the sun a little bit more. The temperatures today are so moderate, and with a slight breeze, just perfect weather. This is a bit of an unusual lot in that there are two homes that are going to be constructed back behind here with driveways that come between the home here and the next one. But that also is worth talking about, is that sometimes if you need a visual barrier, well, you plant one. Now in this case, these folks have a little Yorkie, so they're going to fence their yard, and then over in that corner they'll plant some trees and bushes to make that house visually go away. It's an inexpensive way to go and allows them to accept this site as being perfectly fine for them. Beautiful, beautiful back porch. This is a kind of a cottage style architecture. It's so popular these days. A traditional appearance at the same time with the new contemporary open floor plan, all the new building materials, and that includes the hardy plank exterior that you see here. Those planks are not cypress wood, that's concrete fiberboard. And that's so practical because the bugs don't eat it, it doesn't rot, it's very durable, has such a clean look. It's a state-of-the-art as far as residential building goes today. Well, let me give you my contact information and invite you to call or email. And again, my name is Richard Kadish. I'm a buyer's agent with 41 years of Hilton Head Island and Bluffton real estate experience. And my cell phone, please call anytime. It's area code 843-684-2933. That's 843-684-2933. My email address, rich@gogated.com. That's RICH at GOGATED.com. And my website is gogated.com, where you can search all MLS properties on your own at any time. And I certainly welcome that. At that site as well, there's a place where you can write a note to me and say, tell me about the home you want, the home in the community that you want. You can just drop me a quick note, and I'll respond by sending you, if you like, a list of all of the homes in the communities that would seem to meet your needs as I learn them from you, that will meet your budget, that will meet your lifestyle. We're talking about the size of the house, the number of bedrooms, the features that you're looking for, the type of community that you want. Everyone has different priorities, ladies and gentlemen. For a family, it might be how close are you to the schools and which school system is effective. For someone else, it might be where's the nearest golf club, or the tennis courts, or the swimming pool, or the walking paths. For others, it's the sociability of the community. You know, what about making new friends? You know, picking up and leaving from wherever you are is a real challenge for everyone. It's hard to move. It's hard to sell your house. It's hard to move to a new community, leaving a lot of your friends behind with the expectation to have a great life here in Bluffton or Hilton Head Island, making new friends, new contacts. Well, these are all real concerns that I'll certainly help you with any way I can. In this case, Hampton Hall and many of the communities are very sociable, with many clubs and activities, many ways to meet people. We have a beautiful semi-tropical climate here, which allows you to be outside and active for 12 months a year. Very safe and clean environment. You know, we're just a half an hour's drive over to the beaches on Hilton Head Island. We're a half an hour to Savannah, Georgia, which has its own attractions, and over to Beaufort, South Carolina. Also over to the Hilton Head Savannah International Airport for you commuters. This is a great place to live. My wife and I lived on Hilton Head Island for 36 years, and we moved out to Bluffton about 5.5 years ago, and I have to tell you that it only took me 36 years to get over Hilton Head Island. But now I have to wonder what took me so long, because Bluffton is such a great place to live. We have so much convenience here: medical convenience, shopping convenience, entertainment, restaurants. This is a beautiful place to live, and I read that we are the 13th fastest growing county in the United States. And there's a reason for that. It's because this is a great place to be. So I certainly welcome your call and your email. Look forward to meeting with you and working with you here as your buyer's agent. I'm sure you have questions. I certainly hope so. Everyone's different. And I, at the same time, very much appreciate your touring this home with me today, and thank you to the owners for letting me show their brand new home to you. I might interview them and see what additional they have to say. The advice that they said I could pass along to you is to make sure you get a mover. Don't try to pack it all yourself. It's hard enough to move. So get a mover to pack everything. Well, everyone's different. Some people need a lot of help and advice, others very little. Well, thank you again for watching. I certainly enjoyed showing you this beautiful home today at 17 Chadbourne Street here in Hampton Hall. And I know that my buyers are going to have a wonderful life here. They are retirees, and they're going to have a wonderful life here in Hampton Hall. Meet a lot of people that are similar to themselves and yet different. And I'm just very optimistic and happy for them. They got a great deal, and I'm sure that when we work together, ladies and gentlemen, that we'll also get a great deal for you. And I don't know if it'll be as great as this one. Everyone wants to have one that's as good as that last great deal, but I'm sure we will have success together, and we will get the very best deal possible for you whenever you're ready. Sometimes that's tomorrow, sometimes that's a year or two from now. The record time is 20 years from when I started working with someone to when they bought. 20 years. And please do not try to break that record. I expect it to stand for a long time, the previous record having been 17 years. Well, thank you again for watching. If you like this video, there are more at the Go Gated channel on YouTube. Please subscribe. And thank you again for touring with me today. A beautiful day in Bluffton, South Carolina.